Hello, everyone. Welcome to Monday live stream. Monday ko usually I don't stream, but we had to do this stream, right? We had to do this stream because we wanted to review the Man United versus Fulham game. Lots to talk about the game. At least one thing is absolutely crystal clear: is the glazing needs to stop. The glazing and the whole positivity fake um hypocrisy that we have created around Man United's performance against Arsenal was completely debunked in the second half against Fulham last night. So we're gonna talk about that. Slowly we'll take chats. We're gonna take all chats today, and I'm gonna also do a presentation of what exactly the issues were of Man United versus Fulham and what we should be talking about. And we should be also talking about Ruben Amorim's tactical disaster class that happened in the second half of the game. Absolutely, bhai. Ram is here. Thank you so much for joining. We'll slowly take chats. Absolutely, man. Hello, Ash bhai. Yes, bhai. Dhruv. Hope you're doing well. Tracy is here as well. Abhi is here. Fantastic. Folks from Discord bhi join kar rahe hain. Very good. Bhai Harjot is also here. Thank you so much, bhai. Sports with Sardarji and friends. Do check out the channel as well for Sports with Sardarji and friends. Harjot ka channel hai, and Priyansh ka bhi. Fantastic content they put up. Yes, Rohit, thank you so much for joining. Yes, lots to talk about, by lots and lots of stuff to talk about. Yes, Abhijit is here. Abhijit, I know lots to talk about for you, at least for sure. You have been Amorim out since a long time, but conversation definitely needs to start right now. Question needs to be asked, right? We'll talk about everything. Hello, Bhaiya, I have certain points regarding the menu situation. Absolutely. We'll talk about everything we're going to talk about. I have lots to, and as you can see on my thumbnail, Kobbie Mainoo is on my thumbnail, and there's a reason why. There's a reason why. And something that happened in the game absolutely did not make any sense. So we'll talk about it. We'll absolutely talk about it. Aniket, do let me know what your thoughts are about this game as well. Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. This is what it is. Amorim should stay till next summer. Will make things easy for us. It's just the start of your season as well, bhai. Don't get too ahead of yourselves. Spurs being Spurs can absolutely go downhill as well. So let's just hold your horses, man. Hold your horses. Every time Ugarte touches the pitch, we are ruined. Fair enough, by fair criticism. Absolutely fair. 4-2-3-1 khilao. That's it. I know there's right now a lot of criticism around the adaptability POV. And उसपे हम लोग बात करेंगे. So in short, I won't say that he should change the formation. But in my opinion, the adaptability that we Man United fans are talking about is different. We're talking about making substitution and tactical changes that absolutely make sense. Yesterday, what happened did not make sense. Absolutely didn't make sense. We'll talk about it in detail. Krishanu is here. Absolutely. So thank you so much for joining. Xenotron is here as well. I'm still backing Amorim as a neutral. Fair enough. Fair enough. You will as a neutral, but see, this is not a stream about Amorim out. This is about what exactly went wrong. But if there are Amorim out conversations also from fans, it's absolutely legitimate. Because of that, there are absolutely clear reasons as well why fans are some section of the fans are absolutely Amorim out, and I can completely understand. Yes, Discord is pinned here. भाई मैं अभी pin कर देता हूँ. Thanks for doing that. मैं एक पोल भी डालता हूँ अभी. ठीक है. So आप लोग क्या सोचते हो? Amorim out है और इन है, राइट? तो आप लोग मेरे को बताओ पोल पे what you guys think, right? And then we're going to do another poll as well around it. So thank you so much. 16 people watching, guys. Thank you so much. Like the stream. आज मंडे को मैं usually I don't stream. I took some time off work because I had to talk about this, right? Rodrigo का क्या हुआ कल? Why he was angry, and Vinny also got raged by referee and provided masterclass. Then Ceballos leaving Real Madrid. I think it's over for Rodrigo, man. But mostly it's a Man United topic today. But we'll definitely take some off topics as well, but mostly focusing on Man United. But having said that, Man City after that performance might be in for Rodrigo, guys. I'm telling you, this saga isn't over, right? It's football. पिछले हफ्ते के सारे results almost उल्टे हुए. Fair enough, by that. But this is what, right? It's not about other teams as well right now. Man United, since the last season, the second half yesterday actually displayed the issues that we have since last season. So we'll talk about it in detail before I complete all. I'll take all the chats and we'll go point by point. Each and every point we'll go through it. So do stay tuned. Hot take: Pedri deserves the number 10 more than Yamal. Oh, really? Really though? Yamal is a generational talent though. I mean, Pedri has been very good and consistent, but it is Lamine Yamal we're talking about, right? After so long, Barcelona have got a generational talent, so I won't change it as of now. Maybe later. And this is where Lamine needs to keep his head right. He's very young, lot of money, lot of fame, and it's different than the old days, right? So we have to understand that. Amrim को sack करेंगे तो कौन आएगा? Ilayola and Silva, haven't we learned from the Potter circus? No, it's not about sacking Amorim, right, Aniket? I'm not talking about sacking Amorim. I have always said this. You back your manager. You absolutely back your manager, but question the things that did not make sense. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's stream as well. एक एक point पे so chat, hold your thoughts. एक एक point पे we'll discuss and then let me know your thoughts so that it becomes easy for us to interact as well. और उस पे हम लोग बात करेंगे, right? First, I think we need to discuss definitely is, right? First of all, the Amorim disaster reality check that we're talking about. And the first point I want to really talk about today. Really, I want to talk about today is Mainoo was benched. You know where we absolutely not lost complete control of the game? It was still 0-0. I know Bruno had conceded a penalty. It's fine. It's fair. It's okay. It happens in the games. But at 52 minutes in the second half, Amorim pressed the panic button. That's what worries me. He pressed the panic button. It's fine. But he replaced Casemiro with Sheshko, Amad with Dalot. And that was the main problem I had in this. Absolutely. This was exactly the problem I had with this substitution. That completely changed the balance of the game. Even if we scored from the set piece, it's okay. But we were never in control post the 52nd minute. Never in control post the 52nd minute. I'll take more chats as well. Yeah, man, absolutely hot take. ये तो लेंगे बाद में definitely. Amorim को sack करेंगे. We'll talk about this. Use any formation with this midfield. We can't do shit. Fair. That's a fair assessment as well with this. And it's again things coming into perspective, right? Things are again coming into perspective, right, Dhruv? That it's crystal clear since last season that हमको एक midfielder चाहिए. We need a midfielder. We need an athletic midfielder. We prioritize the top 3 strikers that we needed. Where's the priorities going on right now for Man United? That's what I'm absolutely worried about, right? And now we are late in the window. We do not have any plans to sign any central defensive midfielder. We just had only one legit plan, and that was Baliba, and that was it. That's it. Nothing's happening in the market right now for Man United as well. Who care, Amorim? If Mainoo leaves, I'm leaving with him. That's the sad part. Okay, man. Fair enough, bhai. Fair enough. I will talk about it. Each and every point. See, काफी points से बात करने को. We'll talk about it. So hold your horses, guys. सारा chat लेंगे. We'll talk about each and every point, right? United need to sell Ugarte, Onana, Maguire, Dalot, and Casemiro. Maguire wala, might not agree there, Rohit. Maguire wala, I might not agree. But potentially Ugarte, if it does not work next season, a potential sell. But Onana, Dalot, Casemiro, they need to leave, man. I know Casemiro was good in the first half, but Amorim is not trusting him beyond 60 minutes, right? So that's the situation. And that's what it is, bhai. After 2 games, asking for head is diabolical. It takes time to get well. Teams who finished 5th and 6th for past 2 seasons lost double-digit games, so it needs time. It definitely needs time. What I'm saying is it's been 6 months plus 3 months plus 1 month right now, right? And we need to understand as fans that why things are not changing. Things will not change when you start trusting your players, right? Kobbie Mainoo had a preseason, also fit, available on the bench, 52nd minute, 0-0. There was no need to panic. You wanted to replace Casemiro? Absolutely fine. You substituted Casemiro and brought in Benjamin Sesko. Fine. You wanted to bring Sesko for good attacking input. You wanted the trio to perform. Great enough. Mount ko substitute kar dete. I know Mount was one of the best players on the pitch, but you need to think about the tactical setup POV as well, right? Why did you not sub Mount out? Why was Mount slotted in that pivot? is my question. Why was he slotted in that pivot? Why was Mainoo benched? Mainoo could have actually provided that nice balance. Later, agar Ugarte bhi aa raha hai, he would have provided the right balance. But he was benched, not even given 1 minute. It changed everything. It changed the complete balance of the game, right? And that's what we wanted to discuss today as well. उसमें बात करेंगे. Should have sold Dalot and got someone like Dumfries. Absolutely, Dumfries was available 25 minutes, but we keep on trusting Dalot, right? We'll talk about it. Amorim in, but he does not take bold decisions. He would be gone. If he, Harjot, I think if he still does not take bold decisions plus decisions that don't make sense, he's not um he's not creating credibility for his case. That's my problem, right? Amorim out हो गया तो कौन आएगा? No one can say Man United except I know any manager needs time, bhai. Managers needs time, and to implement a certain philosophy, he needs time. But even if we talk about time, right? You see, a Thomas Frank came into the Spurs squad and has adapted seamlessly with the squad as well. So that's a counter argument that fans and rivals are making, which is absolutely fair. In my opinion, it's absolutely fair, bhai. Mainoo point one has to understand his physical enhancement does not make him athletic in this two-man system. In Inzaghi system, we might talk about Mainoo in the midfield. He needs to adapt. So are you saying playing Mainoo yesterday was not playing Mainoo yesterday was a good decision because of his physical adaptiveness? He has bulked up. He has worked on his fitness this season as well. If you do not try people in this formation already and not trust them to do the stuff, you might just sell them then. If Amorim is not able to trust Kobbie Mainoo, and Amorim always mentioned that, okay, Kobbie Mainoo is one of the backups that we have for Bruno. If Bruno was having a diabolical game yesterday, right? If Bruno was having a diabolical game yesterday, why not have the balls to absolutely substitute Bruno? The reason I'm telling you, in that game that was on a deadlock, Mainoo could have actually provided that clutch factor. He has proven it time and time again that he can prove that guy to break the deadlock, basically. Prove the clutch, prove to be a clutch player as well. Nahi kya na? That's my whole issue, right? Mystique is here, bhai. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining, भाई. Ash bro, कोई sponsorship नहीं आ रही. किससे sponsorship for my channel? No, भाई. अभी sponsorship नहीं आया मेरे channel पे. But for Barcelona, I do not know, भाई. I want Mount to out. Sorry to say, but any other number 10 would have made the difference. Absolutely. Mount initially had a good game, right? Mount initially was having a very good game. Very good link up with Cunha. Very good link up with the midfield. Very good link up with Dogu. Everything was good. But when you shift a system at 52 minutes, by 52 minutes, 0-0, right? There was no need to panic. How does it make from a footballing sense? How does it make sense from a footballing POV that Mount will slot in a pivot with Bruno Fernandes? The midfield completely lost control. Diogo Dalot is shit. He cannot maintain the control wide of the pitch as well. All onus was on Bruno and Mount to do that job. And it was unfair on both of them. This was the tactical disaster class I'm talking about, where we had Mainoo and Ugarte already there. Ugarte, I know, came in later, but Mainoo ko to bulate, right? Sub off Mount, put Cunha in the Elton role, make things make sense now. Make things make sense. Cunha, Mbumo, Shesko, play that trio, right? Once, if you stop playing that trio up front, you won't build that chemistry. You won't build that synchronization between them. That's been my issue, bhai. That's been my issue. So I'm Izia. Thank you so much, bhai. Thank you so much. Mainoo point two, already he tasted the football at high level. That's why he was agitated. His contract demand of 180k is also very worrying. It's agent talk, man. I'm pretty sure 180k is not the salary demands. I'm 100% sure. It's all agent talk, by at this point. Not even agent talk, it's all rumor talk, in my opinion. If you go to 4-2-3-1 double pivot of Ugarte, Mainoo works. It will, but Amorim will not change. Amorim will, if we have to stick, so if we have to stick with this manager, right? And if this manager is going to be by Ineos, fans forget about this, that we will ever switch to a back four. It's not happening. He never played this. He's never going to do this. It may be 3-4-1-2. It may be that 3-4-3. It may be that 3-2-3-3-2-2 box structure and all to progress centrally. But that's what is going to happen, bhai Harjot bhai. That's what the formation is going to be. We'll never switch to a back four. It is what it is, bhai. It is what it is. 100 million we rejected for Bruno, who took so bad in that 8, and that my man is turning a villain for me. Amorim has too much blood on his hand, and that's the Portuguese biasness we talked about yesterday, right? If Amorim knew that Bruno was having a stinker, not only in the first half, in the second half as well, why he did not had the balls to drop him in mid game and get in Kobbie Mainoo? Kobbie Mainoo has broken defenses before. Europa League में, Premier League में, last minutes against Liverpool as well. If you do not trust this midfielder, how are you going to help your case tactically as well? That's my problem. As by you said, Mount should be sold because of wages. Bruno is on 375k and inconsistency since last season. Please don't say it's position. Ode and KDB used to play deep and still create chances and put crosses. But they used to play in a structure, na. So you see the other midfielders that were along with him as well. Odegaard ke paas Declan Rice tha to support him. Who Bruno has in the support today? Are these options good enough? Are they options relevant enough today in today's world? And first of all, मैं तो ये बोल रहा हूँ कि it's not about even the wages right now for Bruno. See, we have to isolate the two cases. Bruno का केस अलग है, Mount का केस अलग है. Mount, I'm not saying is because of the wages or not. Mount does not fit the system. Yes, he might just do well, but he long term he does not fit the system. He creates a liability because you saw what happened. He did, since Mount was playing well centrally, he could not trust Kobbie Mainoo, who has much better ceiling in my opinion overall. He could not trust him to play in the pivot. It's creating a liability situation for us in Man United squad. That's my whole POV. Bhai. Mainoo point 3, if he does not succeed in United, he should leave and fulfill his potential, not wanted a Pogba situation again. That's my points. Fair enough. Bhai. Fair. United should not sell Maguire, I agree. In the market nowadays, experienced centre-back are very less. Yes, there are young players of Sporting, but United now need. Maguire is needed definitely from an experienced view. When he was on the pitch, something was happening, right? Something was happening. So I would definitely agree to that, right? We'll slowly take the chats and then come to the second point as well. And let me know what you think about that whole Kobbie Mainoo substitution, right? I want to hear from you as well. Even after bringing Šeško, he didn't use Šeško as a number 9. Exactly my point, bhai. Exactly what I'm mentioning. You didn't even start Šeško. He was not integrated to the squad. I understand. You did not start Šeško. Okay, fine. But when you bring him on, right, you play him as a striker. Tab bhi nahi kiya. Slot in it. Make things make sense. Now slot in Cunha at 10. Make Šeško play at number 9. Even if he lost or even if he drew the game. I wanted these three to start playing together more to build that chemistry. It was not happening. It was not happening. And the thing is that we lost the balance in the midfield for the reason that we played Mount. We completely lost control. And Diogo Dalot was not helping our case as well. Ugarte ne kal kya goal to hua because Bruno hasn't tracked his runner, and yesterday Bruno should be in sub place of Mainoo. That's I agree. Absolutely, bhai. And also, like Diogo Dalot, again, I'm going to talk about Diogo Dalot as well. Diogo Dalot should have cleared that ball. And he failed to do that. And then obviously Dalot and Shaw made very late recovery runs, and it was Emil Smith-Rowe's first touch of the ball he scored against us. This is the head loss I'm talking about. We need to concentrate more. Like it was 0-0. We did not have to absolutely throw in the jugular to go and score a goal. If we could have maintained the similar control as first half, we would have scored regardless. We would have scored regardless. If only Amorim made substitutions that made sense, right? And I'll talk about the later substitutions as well, right? Assalamu alaikum, man. Siam, hope you're doing well, bhai. Dalot has done what to be part of the leadership group. Exactly, bhai. Exactly. Diogo Dalot is one of the players that has regressed our team. He has regressed our team week in, week out, season after season, right? I agree, man. Absolutely. I'll take all chats, guys. So do stay tuned. We'll talk about all the points as well. It's going to be not a long stream. It's going to be a short stream. So do stay tuned. Stay tuned as well. I have a counter argument as well that when we talk about Thomas Frank is excellent as he knows the league and is familiar. That's a fair point. But that's the thing, right? He adapted to the situation. Okay. Thomas Frank played a 3 midfield to press City and played Pape Matar Sarr as a cam. You need to plan based on the opposition. Na? You can't just be playing the same playbook. And based on Fulham's opposition, do you think when we had absolute complete control, playing Mount in the pivot was the best idea? No, absolutely not. Right? Amorim was clueless yesterday. Yes, but see, he could not even see his team defending set pieces and was biting his nails and his fingers. Right? So you first, and yesterday's stream pe, someone mentioned a fantastic point that if you don't have a good body language while your team is playing in on the field, it doesn't help the team's cause. Like some of the best managers in world football actually remain calm on the dugout and stick to, if you believe in your plan, stick to your plan, have that conviction to stick to your plan, but do not create that atmosphere of anxiety from the dugout itself, right? That you do not trust these players to do this, right? That's been my POV on this one. Spurs are always good. And was okay. Just 2 games, people think Thomas Frank is Alonso, and the same thing happened on the first season of Ange. Fair enough, but he has proven his case in the first 2 games and against Man City as well. So you prove and then you provide the credentials, right? That's what I'm talking about, right? Bringing Ugarte to control games is what Gen Z calls zero ball knowledge. Ugarte cannot bring control to the game. Ugarte is brought only to destroy a certain pattern if the opposition is playing. Absolutely bang on, by. Ugarte does not create control. For control, you need a different set of midfielders. And that's what Kobbie Mainoo could have actually brought, and Amorim did not make that change. The funniest thing that I always hear from United is Dalot is the big part of the leadership group. Absolutely, man. It's so funny, man. Mistake, belated happy birthday to you guys. Mystic ko happy birthday bol do, kal uska birthday tha. So definitely wishing you happy birthday again. I don't know what happens if you're talking to Sack Amorim. What do you think we are going to bring? Inzaghi, Luis Enrique, a Flick, or what? Either we go all in for Amorim or we forget that. I know. I'm not. This stream is absolutely not about Amorim Sack. I'm not Amorim out. I'm actually Amorim in. I'm actually still saying you that you need to give 2-3 seasons to Amorim. But what I'm saying is about the game itself. I will still back my manager and still question the decisions that he made. That's what United fans deserve to do, and that's what they should do, right? And it's not about the Mount substitution as well. I'm going to talk about the substitutions that also happened later in the game. We'll talk about each of those points as well. मैं दिखाता हूं आप लोगों को slide बनाया मैंने. The game is getting messed up because of the second line of press isn't initiated with the forward line. We are naive. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Bang on, bhai. Good morning, Ashish bhai. Congratulations on 700 subscribers. Yeah, exactly. So we crossed 700 subscribers last night, bhai. Thank you so much for the support. Hopefully we reach 1K before the before maybe post the international break. Hopefully 1000 ponja, but we're gonna take it slow and steady. Wins the race, bhai. Thank you so much for the comment. Ash bhai, Amorim tried 4-4-2 OOP in preseason. He definitely did, but that was out of possession, right? Problems हमारे हैं in possession में ना. प्रॉब्लम हमारे इन पोजीशन में है. So in possession, हमारी build-up play is not linking up consistently. That's my problem. And because of not playing the players that make sense in the position. And I agree, 4-4-2 उसने जरूर try किया था out of position, but in position he always goes with that 3-3-2-2, 3-4-3, 3-4-2-1. इसी में स्ट्रक्चर में वो घूमते रहता है. I made a detailed analysis video, उसमें आप देख लेना अगर नहीं देखा है आपने. But we'll definitely talk about it in your stream as well. उसमें बात करेंगे definitely भाई. KD had Rodri. Exactly. Odegaard had Rice and Partey, who's even a better central defensive midfielder than Ugarte, right? We haven't rejected 100 million Bruno and don't want to leave this season. We can't force him like we are doing with other players. He's much more respectful than the bomb squad. Fair enough. Rex is here. Thank you so much for joining. Like the stream, guys. A lot of people are watching. Like the stream. It helps my channel to be discovered among other creators as well. 700 subscribers in 3 months. Hopefully we'll reach 1K soon. Thank you so much for all the love and support. No, I'm done with this. Every other player's blame, but not Bruno. No, मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ भाई, when Bruno plays bad, you need to hold him accountable. My POV as a fan has always been this. I have absolutely no bias towards any player other than my own club. I will back every player. I will back every manager that comes in, but I will not. I will start questioning if things don't make sense. I will definitely question the decisions that were taken by the manager. I will question the performance and the consistency of each and every player. So I'm not going to back down there, right? Mount is willingly, that's why he loves him, and Bruno and Dalot. Exactly. It's like, जो effort दिखा रहा मैं उसको रखूंगा. Fair enough. They're showing the effort, but Dalot, his efforts are not good enough. Mount, his efforts are not consistent enough, sustainable enough for a long period of time. right? His energy drops out of the first half. His fitness is not the same as before as well. I think you need not one but two. Absolutely bang on, by we need good ball progressors. We need athletic midfielders. That's what it is. That's what it is, bhai. Salah is on 400k and Rodri is on 220k. Both are consistent. All people blame Rasmus, but again you forget, does our creator makes effort to put... Absolutely. मैंने Rasmus का यही तो point बोला था स्वप्निल, right? Around Rasmus Højlund. Why our strikers also fail is because of the lack of creative options we have. And the creative options don't work because our midfield is not good. There's no link up now. You can't just fix one piece of the puzzle and expect the other to work. It doesn't work like that. At least in this complex formation. In a 4-3-3, it might just work out. You know what? In a 4-2-3-1, it might just work out. That players might actually do individual stuff and it might work. For this complex system to work, this philosophical system to work, every piece of the puzzle is important. So we need to solve each one of them to absolutely make sense, right? That's what's going to happen. Yugadi is here, bhai. Thank you so much. Hope people like the stream, guys. Like the stream. I don't know how many likes अभी तक कितने likes हो चुके हैं. 18 likes हो चुके हैं भाई. Like कर दो stream. I really appreciate your effort. 20 more than 20 people are watching. भैया टैक्टिकली आप मिस्टेक्स बता सकते हो वीडियो यूजिंग फोटोज एंड क्लिप्स टू एक्सप्लेन. यस, मैंने किया हुआ है बहुत सारे वीडियोस में, बट आई एम गोना मेक अ डिटेल्ड वीडियो आफ्टर 5 गेम्स और व्हाट एग्जैक्टली गोइंग ऑन रॉन्ग विद दिस Amorim. इफ वी फिक्स इट, great. If we do not, I'm going to make a detailed video on this. भाई मेरे सारे videos analytical and tactical होते हैं, so definitely do check out भाई. 29 games created the havoc. We forgot that majority are last season games. Fair enough, but it is last season games, but these are games, right? These are points. 28 points out of 29 games, bhai. The manager loves runners. He doesn't like techie players. I've seen enough. Okay, that's a fair criticism. We needed a midfielder and goalkeeper. Only 7 days left, and Dalot ko nikal. Dalot nahi jayega, bhai. Dalot is part of that core group of Amorim, bhai. It is that biasness I'm talking about, bhai. It is what it is, bhai. It is what it is, man. Yes, Goel is there. Thank you so much. Hope you have liked the stream. Hope you have subscribed to the channel as well. Do you think it's the systemic issue or player issue? It's kind of a mix of both right now. System is not wrong. The Amorim formation is not wrong. The system is not wrong. The problem is the play. We don't have the right players at the right positions. Plus, sometimes the manager makes some questionable decisions pre-game, in-game as well, and post-game as well. That sometimes does not make sense. I'll back you, Ruben Amorim, every day of the week. But yesterday it did not make sense. Nah. That's what I'm questioning today. I disagree. Right shifts in the box-to-box crosses from Ode, so does Stones and KDB, but it's always blame system and other midfielders to protect Bruno. No one is protecting Bruno Fernandes, Swapnil. No one is protecting Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes had a stinker of a game last night. अब उस पे आप क्या बोलोगे? Like, if I say this statement today, are you gonna tell me that no, you are protecting Bruno? I'm not protecting Bruno. It's a mix of all the situations that happened. Bruno had a stinker. Amorim made mistakes. That was what the game was about last night. We had complete control in that game, and we lost it because of some really, really fragile decisions. Right? We'll take more chats, but before I take more chats, we're gonna discuss these points as well, right? We have to discuss these points, right? ये इस चीज पे ये बात करनी जरूरी है. I mean all the positivity that we had, right? All the positivity that so hold your thoughts, guys. I'm gonna take all chats, but we're gonna talk about it, right? Chats, सारे chats लेंगे, but I'm gonna talk about this point and then take a chat. My second point was around Mbeumo and Cunha, right? Mbeumo and Cunha, great starts, good vibes, great link up, good things. They are doing great things. 0 goals and assists since preseason. I think no one is talking about that. This needs to improve. Finishing needs to really, really improve. Cunha had 2 fantastic chances. One, he was unlucky. The other was could have been a better shot in my opinion, but he did a good job in controlling the ball. I will give it to him. But that's it. 0 goals and assists since preseason. It's not working out as well in that case. Another point that I wanted to discuss around this is Amad at right wing back. Is it working? Is he physical enough? Amorim does not trust Amad at right wing back after 50th minute or the 52nd minute, right? It was not working out for him. How will Mbeumo, and chat aap batao, what will Amorim do next in terms of fixing the right wing back situation? Amad Mbeumo ka abhi tak the sync hasn't worked out. Diogo Dalot is not good enough for Manchester United. It's crystal clear since the Eric Ten Hag days. But no, neither Ineos, neither Amorim, no one is taking any action on this. It seems they're happy with this player that can plug in anywhere, right? That's my third point that I wanted to discuss with you guys. So, उस पे आप लोग बताओ what we gonna do about this whole right wing back situation as well, and this substitution, right? I agree he wanted Maguire as a substitute right at the top because he wanted more men up top because it was all like long ball and inshallah, right? That's what was going on right now, right? But we had Mainoo and Zirkzee still on bench for the last 10 minutes, right? अगर तूने Mainoo को नहीं लाया, right? You did not bring Mainoo on in the 52nd minute. It's okay, fine, I agree. ठीक है, तेरी कोई POV रहेगी. But at the 80th minute, when we wanted to score, you bring on Heaven and Maguire together. There was no need to bring on Heaven. I know Zirkzee is still recovering, but he could have brought in Mainoo again. तब तो Bruno खेलता ना 10 पे. That's my whole thing, right? That things did not make sense, right? If you have also Mbumo, why was not Mbumo again an attacking player played in the right wing back situation? आप Bruno को 10 पे still ले आते. You could have still maintained that formation ना. It did not happen. It didn't happen, भाई. Ash भाई, shave कितनी frequently करते हो? Damn man, what a question. Maybe every 10 days, भाई. Every 10-15 days. Yeah. His reaction at set piece summed up everything. That was so demotivating for fans, players, and bench. Exactly. That's the body language I was talking about, right, Shivam? The best managers stay calm and stay focused on what's going on the pitch. You can't show that body language to your bench and also to your players on the pitch that I don't believe in you, that there is a problem right now. Even if there is not a problem, you might be thinking there's a problem. It shows that the manager does not have confidence on you, and that takes a toll on the players. Why? It does. Why can't we go for players like Italian clubs who buy players like 30-40 million bracket till when we got rejected by the 70 million players? It all depends on the ambition and the scouting. Now, two ways to go through it. Either you buy Premier League proven players or you don't buy Premier League proven players, right? Right. सारा चैट लेंगे भाई, सारा चैट लेंगे. Stay tuned. ये तो ले लिया मैंने. Also, when you say that players wanted to protect that lead, it was shit show like absolutely, bhai, absolutely. Amorim needs to shout and tell the players to score more. That line can't be accepted at all. Absolutely, players wanted to protect. You cannot just say that in the press conference. Player wanted to protect the lead. See, this is what you can be emotional, but this is Manchester United, right? You need to balance it out, bhai. It's very sensitive at this point, right? But even if you are absolutely fair enough, bhai, dressing room mein karo na, bhai. Don't start creating that perception that the players are not doing it. Your tactical switch was one of the major issues last night that we saw big issues, right? That's and this is another point I want to talk about. Right? Šeško should have started this game. When will Benjamin Šeško start, bhai? When will we have that conversation that okay, bhai, ho gaya, bhai, start karo. It's a marquee player you have signed. When will you start him so that the three can form a chemistry between them? No, but he's gonna still trust Mount, and I'm absolutely 100% sure, right? Šeško will start against Grimsby on Wednesday, but he will be benched in the Premier League game. I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this is gonna happen, right? 28 points from 29 games. Is it a system problem? Is it a player problem? Or is it an failing to adapt problem? My thing is failing to adapt problem, right? And when I say failing to adapt, I'm not talking about switching to a back four. I'm talking about in-game tactical things that you do that does not make sense, right? Right. So these are some of the points I wanted to show you guys. और उस पे हम लोग chat लेंगे and बात करेंगे, right? Yes, absolutely. Mitsti को happy birthday बोल दो भाई. 2-3 season big no. I'm gonna see. अगर क्लॉप के भी पहले सीजन पे उसको ना बोल दिया होता तो ऐसे होता थोड़ी. आर्टेटा भी तो फिनिश 8 किया था, right? You have to understand that. You have to give manager time, but you have to still question. You cannot. I'm not gonna go like all blind on Amorim today, right? I'm gonna like, okay, you're a great manager. I know I'm gonna trust you, but these are the things that are unacceptable as a Man United fan that needs to be fixed, and I'm gonna question that. Dillet is not part of a group of players who captain Ajax at that of age, and I'm sorry, group is exactly. Dillet has good leadership qualities. He is captain Ajax, right? Great point. He has gone to big clubs like Juventus. Pehle season mein he was on the team of the year. Next he went to Bayern Munich. First season he was on the team of the season of Bundesliga as well, and one of the best players of Bayern Munich in that first season. So Dillet has that mentality. Dillet is now showing good fitness. Dillet had again a very good game, even against Fulham, right? Against Arsenal as well. So yeah, man. Sack Amorim and get a new manager, spend hundreds of millions. No one is asking to sack Amorim right now. There is a section of fan base that is looking to sack Amorim. Let them do, by. I'm not gonna say I'm no one to say that okay, sack Amorim. I'm not gonna fall into that whole picture that I'm gonna sack Amorim. I'm gonna stick with Amorim, but I'm gonna question what he does as well. Also, Amad needs to increase his intelligence or else he will be sold next year. Absolutely. Not sold. Not sold. But definitely he needs to work more on his physicality. He needs to work out this chemistry between Mbeumo and him right now. And lot of Twitter tacticos and a lot of fans are saying ki no, Amad should start week in, week out. I don't think so, bhai. If we would have bought a good right wing back, right, Amad would have been a backup to Mbeumo week in, week out. Amad at 22 is still not ready. It's still very raw. He needs support. He needs his minutes still needs to be managed. He's still not physical enough. I also see another injury coming this season as well for Amad. Amad is also going to miss AFCON. We do not have that right side fixed in terms of AFCON backups as well. We'll have Dalot and potentially Mount or Zirkzee playing in that right side. So it's going to be a big issue, man. Yeah, he's the same guy in DC. You can't blame Bruno except the penalty part. उससे जहाँ खिला रहे हैं वही अच्छा नहीं है. It is what it is, but the thing is that the player is also accepting that responsibility. I want to play there. So अगर वो उसको खेल रहा है, right? Experienced midfielder, doesn't he deserve the criticism as well? Penalty छोड़ दो भाई. Penalty छोड़ दो. The rest of the game he had an absolute stinker as well. Can't we talk about that as Man United fans? We will talk about it, and we need to talk about it. Bhai. We'll take all chats by Ronin. Thank you so much for joining. Like kar do stream. Hope you have subscribed to the channel. I don't know kitne subscribers. Kal we reach 700 subscribers. Right now we are on 702. Right? 702 subscribers, guys. Thank you so much for the support. Jaldi hum log 1000 पहुंच जाएंगे. It's far too early to think about sacking the manager. Hopefully, Amorim makes a tactical tweak when shift to a 3-4-1-2, which would make Mainoo. Glad someone said this, bhai. Glad. And he has done it before. He has done in possession setup like this before as well. Wo 3-4-1-2 mein, this team will absolutely click in because then he can play Bruno as that exact cam 10 role. Play Zirkzee there. Play Mainoo there. There are so many options that he can have with this setup, which he has done, he can do as well. But is he doing at Man United? I don't think so. That's been my whole issue, bhai. We need 4 mids in the new Saudi coming Bruno sell. I think the conversation already begun, right, about around the Bruno sell. That if Bruno does not fit the system, if Bruno is not the pivot we need, if Bruno might produce stinkers like this, inconsistent performances like this, will United make that bold call to sell Bruno? Maybe, maybe not. I do not know, bhai. We'll talk about it. Let me know what you think. Should Bruno be sold as well? After Lamens, I feel our business is done unless we're able to get Santos from Chelsea in that Ghana deal. I don't think so, bhai. It's done, bhai. After Sene Lamens, the whole transfer window is done. Knowing Ineos and knowing what's going on with the transfer window, I don't think so it's happening, bhai. Unless a miracle happens. Unless a miracle happens that we go and get a midfielder, but we'll get a midfielder that will still like a growth player, not a nailed-on starter each and every week. That's what I'm worried about. We had 6 months to prioritize a midfielder, a starting quality world-class midfielder, and we are now talking about 7 days into the transfer window, having no clue what our midfield is going to be this season. We need a ball progressor plus DM. Yes, 2009. Absolutely, bhai. Bang on, bhai. ये तो मैं कब से बोल रहा हूँ. कब से बोल रहा हूँ, भाई. With 5 days remaining, I don't see any mid coming. Definitely not coming, bhai. You are not the world is. Ah, bhai. It is what it is, bhai. For a moment, let me agree. It's the system, but does not even pass to players that can make same efforts like Mbeumo and Cunha. Bruno goes to Dorgu, Mount, Amad. That's it. No forward passes. Also, great point. Bruno also sometimes does not trust the other players as well in terms of the balls he makes, right? तो उसका भी तो ट्रस्ट ज्यादा आना चाहिए, right? शिवम बोल रहे कि Burnley game is a must win for one. A lot of pressure is gonna come on Ruben. Absolutely, bhai. And I'm telling you, Burnley is going to be a very difficult game at Old Trafford. We have failed to break down teams at Old Trafford. Burnley is coming up from a good high, winning against the informed Sunderland team 2-0 at home. Very good performance by Burnley. They are a very tough side. Even they troubled Tottenham in the first half in that period as well, where Tottenham were lucky actually not to concede in that first game. So Burnley is a dangerous team, bhai. So we have to take care of that. Yeah, man, absolutely. 002 Sesko, 002 Mbeumo, 200 million spent, game is gone, banter. Absolutely, bhai. Question has to be asked ना. अभी तक तो Mbeumo Cunha को sign किया गया है. All the good vibes and everything, all the glazing that happened, right? All the glazing that happened in that Arsenal game, right? Positive hai. I'm so excited about watching, what United is going to do. In the end, we lost 1-0. Mbeumo Cunha ने अभी तक एक गोल नहीं मारा है since preseason. With everything great that happening around him, right? तो मैटर वही करता है ना. And in the end, people were trolling Victor Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres went in and scored 2 good goals for Arsenal. That's what it is, bhai. We are still a top 10 team after the first game people thought we're getting. यही तो reality check चाहिए था. That's why I have kept my thumbnail title as reality check. People still think that हम लोग top 6 निकाल लेंगे. मैंने कितनी बार बोला है कि the squad is not good enough. They're gonna do maximum top 8 this season with this squad without us signing a midfielder. अगर हम बलीबा sign कर लिए होते ना, I would have been still confident for a top 6. मैंने इसीलिए बोला हुआ था ना top 8. A lot of people disagreed. नहीं यार, हर हफ्ते खेलेंगे United. Just they're gonna play once, and that's gonna work out. No, it doesn't. It doesn't happen like that. The other teams are much better drilled. They're much better structured, bhai. Metal is here. Thank you so much. Join late. What did I miss? No, we're talking about we're dissecting the whole game, right? We're dissecting the whole game, and एक point मैंने slides बनाया, उस पे भी बात करेंगे. We'll see the stats as well, and let me know what you think as well. Thank you so much for staying. Euro, Matthias de Ligt, Maguire backline with Mazraoui as right wing back. Shivam, my POV on Mazraoui as right wing back is Mazraoui is a full back. So he cannot provide that dynamic attacking flair that you need at right wing back. Mazraoui was bought as a fullback under Eric Ten Hag's system. Now he can only slot in as a right centre back option alongside, like for a Euro option, right? Because the system of Amorim expects the centre backs to drive the ball forward and link up play with the midfield and the tens and the wing backs as well. So which Mazraoui can do, and that's what he would do with his limited abilities as a fullback, not as a wing back. Wing back needs a different attacking wing back needs a different kind of player profile. Right? I observed one thing about Amad since preseason. He does not progress the ball unless he has a chance to move in the final third. There were moments when Mbeumo made runs and Amad didn't pass. Bang on analysis. Bhai. Bang on. I wanted to talk about this as well. That was my point. I wanted to talk about the right wing back situation. Amad is taking too much time, even after a full preseason, to still adapt to the right wing back. It's okay. It's not his profile. But you need to do better individually. Na? तुम ball progress करके ले भी नहीं जा रहे हो. You're not showing that intelligence to make the runs that when Mbeumo was expecting you to make runs. So that's a fair criticism of Amad. I've been saying this, that Amad's performances have dropped off since the start of the second half of the season when he came back from injury. Right? Fair comment, bhai. Fair comment. Wingbacks won't work with this midfield pairing, rather change or get sacked, lol. Fair bhai. This midfield के साथ ना टेंस काम करेंगे, ना wingbacks काम करेगा, ना strikers काम करेंगे. Mount, so imagine from a football POV, any top team will play 2 central attacking midfielders and 1 makeshift left wing cam, play pivot when we are not even 2-0 down. We were 0-0 at 52 minutes, guys. 0-0 at 52 minutes. Coming off a good, decent first half. Wanted to still maintain control and possibly score in the 65th minute, right? And still could have done well and could have closed the game out. But we chose to completely destroy the system and the control. And once Harry Wilson and once Emil Smith-Rowe came on and once Anthony Robinson came in, they absolutely destroyed our midfield. They destroyed our backline. Our backline also had no answers to the underlapping and overlapping runs that Robinson was making, that Wilson was making, that Iwobi was making, right? They are a very well-drilled squad. Fulham showed the same grit and determination when they played against Brighton as well, when they equalized right in the end as well. So Amorim had to realize that, right? He had to be ready for this. Kobbie Mainoo would have brought some calmness in that system, but he chose not to play him. And that's why I'm questioning him, right? Sajat is here. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you have liked. Hope you have subscribed to the channel as well. देखो मैंने subscriber only mode नहीं किया हुआ है, which means I'm expecting you to like what you're watching and then subscribe. So आप लोग अच्छा लग रहा है stream, so definitely do subscribe. Even Haaland can score this kind of tactics since Amorim arrived as center forward is invincible. There's a reason behind it as well, right? The 10s have to do a lot of weightlifting because our midfield is not working. एक बार आप 10s को independently free अपने role पे छोड़ दो ना, you'll see how the strikers are going to link up. That's why I need a midfielder. Bhai. I've been saying this a long time. Arey, Suvajit is here. So good to see you after so long, man. Even after 30 minutes, you saw the same old United. How come? That's the question, right? And that's what I've been saying, right? That's what I've been saying since so long, right? 28 points from 29 games, failing to adapt to the Premier League, right? Or is it a system problem or is it a player problem? I think there are two problems here, right? There's a failure to adapt. And yesterday's substitution was a prime example of failure to adapt. The second set of substitutions was also one of the prime reasons of the failure to adapt as well, right? So we're gonna that's why I'm talking about all these issues by Aj in the chat with every one of you. Thank you so much for all the comments. Chat bahut, I always say the chat is really really good. I get really really good comments from the chat and I really appreciate why I have the one of the best chats in most channels. Bhai. I can absolutely tell you this. Check DM and explain me why can't United play like this. I'll definitely check your DM भाई. आप लोग अगर Instagram में follow नहीं करते हो, do check out my Instagram as well. It's still #talks football. अभी एक रील डाली है which is our match reaction on all the games. We did a watch along as well, so आप लोग उसको check कर सकते हो. Biggest negative fact about Ruben Amorim is that he has been too one-dimensional. Agree. Nobody is asking him to throw away his system. Absolutely. But at least tweak it. Exactly, Metal. Exactly what I've been saying. And this is what I want to make clear to all United fans who think I am Amorim out. I'm not Amorim out, bhai. I'm saying I will back Amorim. You need to adapt to the Premier League. Adaptation to the Premier League does not mean switching to a back four. Does not mean switching to a 4-3-3. Does not mean that you keep on trusting the same players. You need to make things make sense. Kal Mainoo agar hota to wouldn't we have control, easily control? And Mainoo most probably would have actually broken the defense down with his flair, with his trickery. He has done it before, na? Why he did not trust? I have absolutely no idea. But I remember how United fans were reacting on Holland last season when Cunha missed those 1-2 chances. No one is talking. Exactly. When मैंने तो वही बोला ना, Cunha chances जरूर miss किया है, definitely. Those are difficult chances. Let's be fair as well. But he should have converted them. At least both of them, in my opinion, right? And no one is talking about that situation that both Mbeumo and Cunha have not scored since preseason. They have not. It is the reality, right? Lot of United fans are absolutely over the moon when we lost against Arsenal. मैंने इस लाइव स्ट्रीम बंद होते ही वही बोला था भाई, हम लोग जितना भी अच्छा बोल दें, we lost to Arsenal. That's what mattered, भाई. We could not penetrate their defense. That's what it is. तो आपका अकॉर्डिंग आइडियल राइट विंग बैक कौन हो सकता है? मे बी एम्बूमो से एकेडमी से कोई. Yes, so right now if I think about it, right, since our right wing back in Amad is lacking that physicality, why not try Mbeumo at that right wing back position? He could overlap as well. He could cut in as well when needed, and then maybe play Bruno at that 10. We might see a better Bruno, na? And rather play a Casemiro Ugarte as a pivot, or a Mainoo Ugarte as a pivot, or a Casemiro Mainoo as a pivot. Make things make sense, Amorim. That's what I've been saying, right? And Amad is not ready till now. Amorim needs to be pragmatic by switching between a 3-4-1-2 and a 3-4-3. That's what he does in possession, right? Good analysis, right? Depending on his squad selection and the opposition. Pairing options like Zirkzee. I can't wait for Zirkzee to be integrated back into the squad once again, once he's absolutely recovered from his injury. I can't wait. Zirkzee can unlock defenses a lot better. I think, in my opinion, I'm really, really more excited with what Zirkzee and Cunha can conjure up together. ये मेरा हमेशा से excitement रहा है for this season. That's what I'm looking forward. And मैंने बोला था ये Kobbie, Mainoo and Zirkzee are gonna have a big season. But अगर Amorim उसको नहीं खिलाएगा Kobbie, Mainoo को, what are we gonna do about it then, right? Virat Sawant is here, bhai. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Hope you have liked the stream. Hope you have subscribed to the channel. 700 plus subscribers we reached last night. Fantastic growth by 3 months. I can't believe this. Hopefully we'll reach 1,000 subscribers soon as well. Viraj, आप बोल रहे हैं कि the structure of foundation is to be set up first with the existing players. Then we can talk about new signing. That's what Liverpool did. Yes, and I want United to fail as well this season, but also show signs that there is something fantastic brewing up as well. That's what Klopp's Liverpool did. They conceded tons of goals, but they scored a lot of goals as well. They had that fear factor even against playing like City, teams like City. They had a fearful. People were fearing when Liverpool was attacking. Right. I want that DNA back this season. I don't want trophies. I want something sustainable to see, an idea that works every game. Results will come, will not come. It depends on the opposition. But जब आप inconsistency in tactics देखते हो ना, in that mid game, right in 50th minute पे आप completely एक tactic change कर देते हो. How does it work? Right, completely it. And you saw what Iwobi and Emil Smith-Rowe said about in the press conference, right? They were like, okay, they once they saw that they had Bruno and Mount in the pivot, they started overloading the midfield. They overloaded centrally, else they were pinned wide. Actually, if you see Fulham's structure in that game in the first half, they were pinned wide. But once they saw Bruno and pivot Mount in that pivot, Marco Silva also said in the press conference, Alex Iwobi, bhai, ye players, these players in the press conference are dissecting Amorim's tactics, left, right, and center. This was also done last season by some of the teams and the players as well. Yeah, इनके तो midfield को हम overload कर लेंगे तो it's all gonna be fine. This is what I'm talking about, bhai. Had there been Kobbie Mainoo, they would not have attempted that. They know Kobbie Mainoo is technically adept to actually cross the lines and break the lines as well. उनको एमोरिम ने वो हिम्मत दी कि नहीं, अब तुम्हारी मिडफील्ड को हम तोड़ेंगे. And that's what they did, bhai. That's what they did, man. 3-4-1-2 might actually works. Even Shesko, I've said this, bhai, and I've said this multiple times that 3-4-1-2 will make sense. 3-4-2-3-2-2-2 में खेलता है Amorim sometimes. He has done it before 29% of his times in Sporting, guys. There's a stat. Opta analyst जाके देख लो आप लोग. मैं झूठ भी नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. मैंने वीडियो भी बनाई उस बारे में. But to tweak, to adapt to the Premier League, if he has to actually use Zirkzee and Bruno, use Sesko and Mbeumo centrally to create that runs, bhai, to have that transition working on, right? That's what it is, bhai. Staff this wing back play. Exactly, bhai. Random chal raha hai, absolute random, bhai. It baffles me how Fulham created chances for the forward, but we do nothing for Sesko. He was dropping deep to help. That's the whole situation, right? He was being slotted and was trying to play like a 10. Maybe naturally coming out from the way he used to play in Leipzig. So he needs to be also integrated to the system as well. But tumko kharida gaya to be the primary striker, not playing as a false nine, not dropping in too deep as well, right? आप striker खेलो. You make the runs, focus on scoring goals, भाई. You need players creatively around him to supply those numbers. अगर कुनिया भी वही रोल करेगा, सेस्को भी वही रोल करने वाला है, एम्बूमो भी सारे डीप खेलने वाले, तो फ्रंट में खेलेगा कौन? Who's going to make those runs at the front? वो expectation Mount से हो रही थी in the first half, right? And that was baffling me, bhai. That was baffling me from a tactical POV, right? Yeah, difficult chances maybe, but those are chances that make the difference at the end of the day. वो दो chances में से एक भी बरी कर देता तो कुनिया might. Fair enough, bhai. Fair enough, absolutely fair enough. Bhai, who's here, bhai? Lakshay is here. Thank you so much. Sub kar diya. Like, share, subscribe. Let's go, bhai. Subscribe to Lakshay as well, right? Fantastic guy, bhai. Amazing. हम लोग साथ में भी करेंगे. We'll do a Premier League stream on your channel as well, Lakshay. Definitely करेंगे. आपको जो बताओ. I'll definitely find some time for you, man. Last week नहीं हो पाया था because I was not well as well. Yeah. Thank you so much, bhai, for the comment, bhai. Appreciate it. थोड़ा chat ले लेते हैं और ये वाला ले लिया था मैंने. Yes. ये वाला ले लिया था. Okay. Difficult. Yeah, ये वाला ले लिया था. Ronin is saying that, in my opinion, the subs should have been heaven for Dorgu. Okay. Shaw and left wing back, but Shaw was okay. I get it, but Shaw was losing. Shaw was losing his shit as well. He made that late run, could not track Emil Smith-Rowe as well. Mainoo and Ugarte replacing absolutely. And finally, Shesko coming on as striker. That would have been the ideal approach in my opinion. Yes, most of the points I agree, but the heaven one I don't agree because तुम heaven को तब लाए ना जब we wanted to score more goals. And he slotted Maguire in front, bhai. It was long ball, inshallah, man. It was so disappointing to see, man. Casemiro Ugarte in a pivot won't work, in my opinion. Either play Ugarte with a deep lying playmaker. Is Casemiro or no? Exactly. Tabhi mereko, either if you're playing Ugarte, then it's Mainoo or Bruno. If you're playing Casemiro, then it's Mainoo again. So Casemiro and Ugarte, I don't think so. They start together in one game. Fair comment, bhai. Sometimes Amorim has to play an extra midfielder for an attacking like 3-5-2, but until now he has not shown he's flexible and not seeing Amad and Mbeumo working in that right side. Fair comment, bhai. Fair comment. Extra mid, मैं तो great comment. This setup is Xabi Alonso ka setup. It's not 3-4-2-1 per se. It's more like 3-4-3-5-2. That's how he sets up, right? As Xabi Alonso, if I'm not wrong, right? Off the ball, like out, in possession, right? आप फॉर्मेशन को भी सेट कर लो. This could work as well. We could have Mainoo, Ugarte, Bruno playing in as more covering doing, because in Premier League we people need to understand that only two midfielders in this current thing does not work like that, right? Which means the tens have to drop deep, and once your tens drop deep, you lose that whole synchronization between the striker भी deep drop करता है, so वो एक मतलब हम लोग को सामने एक थ्रेट मिलना मुश्किल हो जाता है, राइट? सो दैट यूनाइटेड नीड्स टू इंप्रूव भाई. Bro, for real, it was honestly hilarious looking at how deep Sesko was dropping and more. Exactly, I mentioned this, how deep Sesko was playing so deep. भाई Sesko तो striker है भाई, तो खेल top up top, right? Play up top ना. You already had Cunha and Mbeumo to do that job, progressing from deep. अगर Cunha भी वही करेगा, Sesko भी वही करेगा, तो भाई आगे कौन जाएगा, right? As United, I think, was too rushed in the Fulham game. Like exactly, they were too hurried. There was no need to panic. पता है, that's what I've been saying. At 52 minutes, there was no need to panic. At 52 minutes, there was no need to panic to make that substitution. And what a substitution, bhai. Just make things make sense, bhai. Imagine Liverpool is playing, right? They're 0-0. He substitutes off McAllister and brings on a striker, bhai. And then बोलेगा कि नहीं, Florian Wirtz and Gravenberch खेलेंगे अपने pivot. Make things make sense, na? That's what I've been saying, bhai. Front पे कौन खेलेगा? Harry Donna, Maguarino, who else, bhai? It is what it is, bhai. It is what it is. Amorim's plan B is Harry Donna, Maguarino, Bombardilo, Crocodilo. Enough to tell who's the main man of the team is, bhai. Maguire is the clutch player right now at Man United, and this is what it is, bhai. This is what it is. In a 3-5-2, you need a regista, and with two box-to-box midfielders, कौन खेलेगा regista? Yeah, man. Regista right now is a problem. Maybe regista, abhi current situation pe maybe Casemiro. But does he have the legs to track back? That's been my whole issue na. That's why he needed a midfielder ना अभिजय. 6-7 महीने से यही चीज मैं क्यों बोल रहा था, हम लोग को दो मिडफील्डर चाहिए था. हैकनी और एक बंदा ले आते ना, अच्छा बैलेंस होता, ग्रोथ प्लेयर और एक एक्सपीरियंस प्लेयर. एडरसन एंड यू नो हैकनी वुड हैव बीन द परफेक्ट ट्रांसफर विंडो फॉर अस, राइट? ये दोनों अच्छे बैलेंस प्रोवाइड करते हैं अपनी टीम को यार. लाइक एडरसन has that good balance of defensive and attacking play. Ederson was in the top 5 tackler makers in the CDM position in Serie A as well, right? Mbeumo and Shaw should have been substituted earlier and give Bruno right 10. Exactly. Either Mbeumo या फिर Mount को तुम substitute कर लेते पहले, right? Mbeumo को भी नहीं करते, चलो Mbeumo still decent, right? Bruno को आप जब तक 10 पे नहीं खिलाओगे, you'll not get the numbers. It is absolutely clear, crystal clear as well. Xabi Alonso setup is extremely versatile and adaptable, both on and off the ball. Hopefully, Amorim can take few tips. Absolutely. If Xabi Alonso can completely transform Arda Güler in that LCM role, that then definitely needs some tips from there. For sure, bhai, for sure. And the point is that one regista, two box-to-box midfielder, even playing with that back three actually would make sense, because in the Premier League, teams overload the midfield. कल वही हुआ ना सेकेंड हाफ में, when Fulham and Marco Silva saw that, oh, there's Bruno and Mount in the pivot, चलो अब तो midfield को हम लोग overload करेंगे. And they openly admitted in the press conference. They first of all did not even win the game, but were still gloating in front of the press conference कि हम लोग ऐसा कुछ तो कर दिए कि हम लोग आपको हरा चुके हैं. They first of all, Fulham did not beat us. Let's be absolutely clear as well, right? But it was a game for us to lose or draw this game, and that's where we faltered, right? To be honest, bhai, even if you bring a midfielder, still play Bruno as an 8, it'll still be an issue. नहीं, midfielder नया लाया ना, Bruno 8 नहीं खेलना चाहिए. If we get a new midfielder, we should not be starting Cunha and Mbeumo every game. We should be creating that whole, trifecta and of getting that combination right in some games. आप कुछ games पे Bruno and Mbeumo खिलाओ. In some games you bring on a Cunha as an impact sub as well. Some games you play Cunha and Bruno as your 10. Sometimes play Mbeumo as a right wing back, na. Then in that case you can absolutely play those three as well. Mbeumo has the defensive tracking back capability as well. He has the physicality to deal with the press as well, right wing backs. So he needs to adapt in that way, not change his formation. Hackney and Agume budget friendly to aate, but again project strikers hote, project midfielders hote. We need a balance of an experienced midfielder and a project midfielder. Ye dono aayenge to things will be much better. But having said that, even if we get two midfielders, we need to, agar apne paas Kobbie Mainoo hai na, why aren't we trying Kobbie Mainoo? If If Amorim is saying today that Kobbie Mainoo he is not able to trust, might as well just loan him or sell him bhai, at this point. There's no point benching Kobbie Mainoo week in week out and not even bringing him for 20 minutes. उसको सेल ही कर दो, पैसा मिलेगा भाई उससे अच्छा. You can spend it on Baliba or someone else, right? I think before Burnley we have a yes Grimsby, it's a Grimsby game and उसपे हम पता है उसपे will score 4 or 5 goals भाई. उसपे पता है we will score 4 or 5 goals and sub everyone will be over the moon. The same thing we did 7-0 against one of the League 2 sides, right, at home. Well, everyone is back, attack is back. It's not going to happen by all that glazing. इसमें I think Arush ने mention किया था from Football Showdown, absolutely bang on Twitter point, right? All the glazing, over the top glazing that happened on Man United's performance against Arsenal is absolutely debunked in the second half against Fulham. Bhai. Yeah, Flick when needed that winner substituted as defenders and got in attackers. Maybe not the same situation, but still relying on Maguire. Exactly, man. चलो Maguire को भी ले आओ भाई. आप Maguire को भी ले आओ, ठीक है, for that extra man on the box for set pieces, and it actually almost worked. Maguire came very close on scoring, but heaven. अब तब तो मैनू को बुला भाई, तब तो मैनू हैज स्कोर्ड लास्ट मिनट गोल्स फॉर अस एंड मिडफील्ड में कंट्रोल भी लाता भाई. आई एम सो अपॉल्ड बाय दैट टैक्टिकल मिस्टेक भाई. Conte used to play 3-5-2 in Inter. Absolutely. But I forget Marco Silva observation. My basic observation is as soon as Robinson came on, bang on. He's bhai. Robinson when he came in, right? Overlap, underlap. When Wilson came in, underlap, overlap. It was hell, bhai. And I will show you, and I'm gonna show you this stat as well, right? इस पे मैं दिखाता हूँ आप लोग को कि what exactly happened, transpired in that game, right? ये आप लोग stat देखो भाई. यहाँ पे स्टैट देखो आप लोग, मैं आपको बता सकता हूँ यहाँ पे. लुक एट दिस. वी लॉस्ट द गेम इन पासिंग एज वेल. हम लोग वी वर पिन्ड इन द ऑपोजिशन हाफ मोर, ठीक है. हम लोग यहाँ भी लूज किए हैं लॉन्ग बॉल्स में, क्रॉसिंग में. वी हैड टू मेक मोर टैकल्स एंड क्लियरेंसेस, राइट. लुक एट दिस. Fulham had more passes than United. We had more passes against Arsenal, bhai. We had more passes against Arsenal in that game, and we lost control to Fulham in the second half. First half के stats ही नहीं थे. First half we had better stats, right? Absolute shit show, man. Absolute shit show tactically, and we need to call it out, bhai. We need to call it out. Chiku's here, man. Thank you so much, my fellow Odia guy, bhai. Thank you so much. Hi, buddy. United are mess right now, man. Every corner against us feels like a goal. Bayandir, bhai. When Dorgu and Dilit were dealing with the ball, why was Bayandir coming in from top and creating that messy situation, right? Bayandir is not good enough for set pieces. Onana is not good enough for set pieces, right? That's why I think they're getting Sane Lamens, a tall, big, huge goalkeeper to actually manage that situation, right? But yeah, man, we have been susceptible to defending corners. That's a fact. My only hope is that Amorim is deliberately exposing our midfield to show Ineos how desperately. But it's been already 6 months now, Ronin. अब तो expose हो चुका है ना. Since last season, there was a clear need for a midfielder. Why was United going for a midfielder right at the end of the transfer window? That's my problem. तुमको पता था ना midfield चाहिए. तुमको पता था you need a goalkeeper. You know you're gonna nail the Mbeumo and Sesko deals, Mbeumo and Cunha deals because you had an agreement already. The complete focus switched to Sesko because it was available to the market. Rather, we should have actually switched our focus to a midfield. मैंने इसलिए इस पर एक वीडियो भी बनाई रन इन. It's already more than 1000 views in that video. Detailed analysis on what midfielders profiles we need at Man United. Right on the day Sesko signed. मेरे को पता था. See, अगर हम आज Sesko को खरीद भी लेंगे ना, this trio will never work until we fix our midfield. Do go and check it out. Foot versus here. Thank you so much. Like the stream, guys. If you have not liked the stream, 703 subscribers. We reached 700 plus subscribers last night as well. So, आप लोग अगर stream like करोगे, it'll mean a lot to me. As by my question to management, we cannot start Cunha and Brian Mbeumo every match. Exactly. Amad will play at that position. Why not go Dumfries? Exactly, bhai. Dumfries was available for 25 million. Bhai. Any day an upgrade over Diogo Dalot, right? Any day an upgrade over Diogo Dalot. Diogo Dalot लेफ्ट विंग बैक नहीं खेल सकता, राइट विंग बैक नहीं खेल सकता, राइट सेंटर बैक नहीं खेल सकता, लेफ्ट सेंटर बैक नहीं खेल सकता. क्या खेल सकता है वो? And even if he plays in that position, right, he's prone to mistakes. His lack of clearing that ball absolutely unsettled our defense, and Iwobi's wall was absolutely pinpoint. That was Emil Smith-Rowe's first touch on the ball. Insane, bhai. Heard Grimsby Town good at set pieces. Oh shit, man! Imagine the scenes, bhai. Imagine the scenes, bhai. Imagine the scenes. Tracy's here. Thank you so much. Hope you have liked the stream as well. What if the main players of Fulham would have started that match? Yeah, man. Harry Wilson did not start the match. Emil Smith-Rowe did not start the match, bhai. Imagine the scenes, man. But their midfield did really well. Sasha Lukic and Sander Berge did really well in the second half. पता चला ना जैसे ही भाई जो ओवरलोड्स उन लोगों ने मिडफील्ड में क्रिएट किया ना इट वाज हॉरिबल टू वॉच सेकंड हाफ कल मैन यूनाइटेड का डिड मैनू एग्जैक्टली मैनू प्री सीजन छोड़ दो भाई लेट्स जस्ट रिमूव द होल प्री सीजन थिंग राइट मैनू हैज स्कोर्ड अगेंस्ट teams in low blocks in the final minutes of the game. Lyon goal, Wolves goal, Liverpool का goal, right? Making good impact. आपके पास ready था to control the midfield. Amorim did not choose to do that, bhai. That's what do I say, bhai? In the post Arsenal press conference, we can beat any team in the Premier League. Yes, we can, na, but होता नहीं है ना. Amorim is confident in that, and majority times I do feel the players fail him. If the players get it right, the results will be less to worry. Yes, the players fail him, na. Most of the times the players fail him. Let's get this very straight, Viraj. Most of the times the players fail Amorim as well, right? And also the fact that they are not fit for that formation, they are not the player profile. So वो factor भी है. But sometimes you need to adapt. मैं यूरोपा लीग फाइनल का भी I made that criticism video, right? He still trusted Mount and Shaw in that Europa League final, while Ugarte and Garnacho were the most informed players during that period. He did not start them. And we lost the game. We lost the game. You need to plan based on the opposition. भाई. Dalot इतना immature है in position, हम आराम से 25 million जा सकते थे for Dumfries. बहुत immature, very immature. Diogo Dalot is still good, is a good lad to have in the squad. He's not the player that will take you to the next level. People might like his personality. Manager might like his personality. He might have a good team camaraderie and all, right? But he's not the one that will take you to the next level. That's what it is. लिमिट एग्जॉस्ट हो गया था मैच के बाद यहाँ पे लिखा डम्फ्रीज विल डू मोर एक्यूरेट क्रॉसेस देन डालो एब्सोल्युटली नॉट इवन एक्यूरेट क्रॉसेस बाय गेट डूइंग दैट रन्स इन द बॉक्स डार्टिंग डाउन सेट पीसेस में बेटर सेट पीसेस डिफेंडिंग में बेटर होगा वो आपसे डालो से एनी डे फिजिकलिटी दैट यू नीड फॉर अ राइट विंग बैक इन अ प्रीमियर लीग राइट You missed the point. Robinson chooses to put crosses, but both Bruno and Dogu were not pushing. Yeah, that's one point. No, I agree. And Dorgu's crossing was not that great. Also, Dorgu was in. If you noticed in the second half, Swapnil, Dorgu in the second half was not overlapping. He was underlapping more. I mean, like, where does this underlapping for Dorgu help him out? Dorgu can actually put in some decent crosses when Šeško with aerial ability was not there in the box. That's something that baffled me, right? If Šeško was playing deep, who was there to put the head on the balls? And that's why I understand why Dorgu was not playing overlap as well. Bruno was also not trusting Dorgu enough as well. It was a mess, भाई. Šeško तो I am convinced इसीलिए क्योंकि सब स्ट्राइकर ले रहे थे and Šeško proved to be something for the fans. Fair enough भाई. Hangover उतरा नहीं over से review भी. No man, I had to do this review. I usually do not stream on Mondays, but I had to do this. We playing two in a center midfielder and that past his prime should be squad player and another player whose best position is 10. We deeply inside know where he'll go. Fair enough, bhai. Fair comment. Fans are turning on Bruno for missing a penalty, but no anyone can miss. Penalty miss pe to no one is crying. The overall impact in the game is what people are not turning on Bruno, but absolutely criticizing, right? आप criticize तो कर ही सकते हो अपने top player को if he's not doing well, right? Mbumo was poor too. He has not scored since preseason also. He lacked that killer instinct as well. Fans need to accept our fullbacks and wingbacks are just not good enough. Absolutely. Dorgu, Dalot, even Amad won't start for most top or even mid-table sides. Bang on. Dorgu maybe has good potential because he was one of the best players in preseason, right? One of the best players in preseason, but by Dalot, shit, absolute shit, bhai. Amad still raw. Amad is very raw, bhai. Amad was very raw. Ash bhai, there is a saying in Bengali football that before on the field, you need to win outside the field. The management spent 50 days for Brian Mbumo, only one deal at a time. Is this way we defeat LFC? Fair comment. fair comment. Fair comment. पॉइंट वही ना भाई, स्ट्राइकर को सर्विस मत दो फिर लास्ट मिनट. या मैन, एब्सोल्युटली बैंग ऑन पॉइंट भाई. नो एब्सोल्युटली फेयर भाई. यू मैं यू मेरा हमेशा से ये पीओवी रहा है राइट स्वप्निल. लाइक I will even criticize my best player, right? Bruno was shit, bhai, and I absolutely agree with the statement, right? स्ट्राइकर को सर्विस नहीं दे रहे हो, डॉर्गो अंडरलैप कर रहा है, सेस्को बोलेगा कि मेरे लिए बॉल कौन देगा, तो वो भी डीप ड्रॉप डीप कर रहा है ताकि कुछ तो बने चांस. एक टैक्टिकल मैस हम लोग को देखने मिला पास 52 मिनट्स. एंड इट वाज एग्जैक्टली लास्ट सीजन का यूनाइटेड. नो स्ट्रक्चर, नो क्लैरिटी ऑफ थॉट, ओनली पैनिक. Panic stations भाई. Had there not been Euro and Delete yesterday in that game, भाई हम लोग हार जाते हो गेम सेकंड हाफ में. आई एम नॉट इवन किडिंग यू गाइस, राइट. एंड यस एग्जैक्टली, चांस क्रिएशन स्टैट्स बन जाता है एंड इज सेफ फ्रॉम क्रिटिसिज्म. एंड देन पीपल आर लाइक, तुम ब्रूनो को कैसे क्वेश्चन कर सकते हो भाई? इट्स बीन सो मेनी इयर्स नाउ. यू हैव टू स्टार्ट परफॉर्मिंग इवन बेटर देन लास्ट सीजन. लास्ट सीजन के स्टैट्स वाज नोवेयर नियर what Bruno has delivered in the past. But Bruno was the best player of United. But a United side that finished 15th. जैसे वो लोग बोलते कि Wan Bissaka had a great season. Wan Bissaka was the player of the year for West Ham, a squad who finished 14th. कौन से pedestal में लोगों को डाल रहे हो, right? That's what I'm right. But I think still United fans are overreacting. थोड़ा. Arteta lost first 3 games in 21-22. We were legit last 20th, only 2 games. Chill out. Amorim sack. नहीं sack तो नहीं. अभी जाए, you know my POV, right? सैक तो नहीं. मैं 2-3 साल और दूंगा भाई एमोरिम को, बट मैं क्रिटिसाइज तो करूंगा भाई. जो तूने कल किया एमोरिम इन द सेकंड हाफ, इट्स अनएक्सेप्टेबल. एब्सोल्युटली अनएक्सेप्टेबल. दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. All we do is pump long balls when no one wins headers. After a full preseason, there is still no improvement. The football looks even worse than under Ten Hag. बोल सकते हो because वो sync नहीं मिल रहा है. When you see that first half ka football, they will like, okay, this formation works, this everything, the sync works, and but ye consistently nahi ho pata because teams, the opposition figures out right in middle of the game कि हमको कैसे तोड़ना है इस टीम को. Fulham figured it out. पकड़ते हैं ओवरलोड्स को इन लोगों. and भाई वही हुआ, right? Before a goalkeeper, we need a ball carrying CDM. अगर वो आएगा तो एम्बुमो को exactly. The system has been a graveyard for strikers. Been seeing it since last season. I don't understand what they're coaching. No chances for number 9 because of the lack of services. मैं तो अभी भी बोल रहा था भाई, हॉलैंड जब पहले सीजन आया था, he scored 16 goals in all seasons, in all competitions, right? तब तो सबको दिख रहा था ना potential. But then Hoyland was also not helping himself in the second season. But उसके पास और creative options थे नहीं. ना उसको डॉर्गू पास देता था, ना गनाचो पास देता था उसको. और जब उसके पास पास आते थे, उसके पास कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं था स्कोर एज वेल. क्या हम लोग ने एक राइट स्ट्रक्चर दिया टू हॉयलैंड फॉर हिम टू ग्रो? नो. एंड दैट्स व्हाई ही इज लीविंग टुडे टू नैपोली मोस्ट प्रोबेबली. yes, those who have not joined Discord, bhai, do join it now. We really appreciate. It's a thriving community. Definitely do join. कितने लाइक्स हो गए अभी तक? 33 लाइक्स हो गए गाइज. 35 लाइक्स के ऊपर एटलीस्ट कर दो. आई विल रियली अप्रिशिएट, राइट? सुब्रदीप बोल रहे एक मैच खराब होने की वजह से पूरा कंट्रीब्यूशन भूल गया ब्रूनो और मैनेजर का. क्या फैंस है? ओके, हाउ डू आई एक्सप्लेन दिस टू यू सुब्रदीप? अगर आज बायन के लिए, राइट, ओलिसे produces a stinker that absolutely costs you a game, आप क्रिटिसाइज नहीं करोगे ओलिसे को? You won't demand top levels from your top player? मेरे को एक चीज बताओ ना, राइट? Today if Bruno produces a stinker like yesterday, will I not demand better things from my team या ऐसे ही जाने दूं? Even if Ruben Amorim is the manager that United wants, क्या मैं उसको जाने दूं because of his questionable, because okay रहने दो भाई, मेरी आंखों का तारा है वो, I'm not going to question. I'm not that fan भाई. I'll be honest with myself and my team भाई. न्यूकासल के लगे पड़े पुट इन अ बिड फॉर टोनाली. मां कसम भाई, मैं बोल रहा हूं भाई, टोनाली, सैंडो टोनाली मैं बहुत टाइम से I've been wanting even a Bruno Guimaraes, but I don't think so they're going to sell भाई. And injured Hoyland scored 16 goals in first season. Last season were always shit. Not only Hoyland. Exactly. Everyone was poor, bhai. There was no good player for Man United last season because a team that finished 15th, no one can be called good. Right. What the system by how many chances Vegas received, how many chances Rasmus and Zugzi got. वो तो क्रिस्टियानो है इसलिए 15-20 गोल मारा वरना उसको भी सर्विस नहीं मिलती थी. Fair enough. भाई. Calvin Bassey is so underrated. He pocketed Mbumo, dominated aerial duels, and he was rock at the back. Can't believe he's still at Fulham, and barely anyone talks about him. I think he's gonna score a good deal in the future, bhai. Definitely. If we criticize the manager or players, people think that we are being negative or having an agenda. Even exactly, bhai, exactly what I've been saying, right? And before I close the stream right now, right, I wanna mention this absolutely crystal clear. I am not Ruben Amorim out. I want to criticize when it makes sense. And yesterday's tactics were absolutely disastrous. It was a disaster class in tactical play and not having Mainoo play even 1 minute. तुम 80th minute पे तो लेके आते. That's been my thing, भाई. People think that हम criticize कर रहे हैं Amorim तो Amorim out. Amorim out नहीं भाई. It's not about Amorim out. It's about what happened in the game, right? And we need to improve this in Burnley. Burnley के game में मेरे को शेस्को चाहिए starting, Cunha चाहिए starting, and Mbumo not even starting. It's fine. Something different, new set of players in that Burnley game to tell the other players that what you did against Fulham and Arsenal was not good enough, right? And I want Aiden Heaven to start in the LCB against Burnley, in my opinion. Ash bhai, but ये बताओ, are you liking the Hoyland treatment? मेरा POV उसमें क्लियर था, राइट? अगर आप हॉयलैंड को सेल कर रहे हो तो सेल करो, उसको लोन टू ऑप्शन बाय मत भेजो. वी नीड मोर प्लेयर्स ड्यूरिंग द एफकॉन पीरियड. अगर आज सेस्को को इंजरी हो जाती है, राइट, जर्गजी तो फुल ऑन स्ट्राइकर है नहीं, सेंटर फॉरवर्ड है नहीं, चीडो भी स्टिल नॉट रेडी, स्टिल 16-17, राइट, कहां से स्ट्राइकर लाओगे फिर? एटलीस्ट हॉयलैंड के पास अभी कुनिया और एम्बुमो होता तो हैव अ सपोर्ट सिस्टम. एक सीजन ट्राई कर सकते थे टू सीज पोटेंशियल बिकॉज द फैक्ट दैट ही स्कोर्ड 16 गोल्स इन द फर्स्ट सीजन. मेरा पीओवी ये था भाई. बट द ट्रीटमेंट थिंग इज लाइक, उसको आप दो तरीके से देख सकते हो, राइट? इफ द क्लब हैज ऑलरेडी सेड हॉयलैंड दैट यू आर नॉट पार्ट ऑफ द प्लान्स, बट हॉयलैंड खुद ही बोल रहा है कि नहीं मैं फाइट करना चाहता हूं प्लेस के लिए, तो दैट डज नॉट वर्क. Like what then depends on the manager, but I don't think so Amorim trusts Haaland anymore, right? You criticize people where you have seen potential. Players जिनमें आपको potential दिखता ही नहीं है, तो exactly मैं डालो में कभी-कभी मुझे potential दिखता था, तभी मैं उसको पीछे इतना पड़ा हूं कि भाई तू why aren't you not performing to the best of your abilities? But I have lost hope on Dalot. The same thing I have with Amad. I have high expectations from Amad Diallo, but he's not performing to the same levels. I have high expectations from Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is not performing to the same level since the second half of the last season, right? Inconsistent, right? I have high expectations from the likes of Matthias de Ligt. Now he's really performing after he's coming back from injury. So that's meeting my expectation. Yes, Matthias de Ligt is doing well, but still he did not track back Iwobi ka run and the run that he did not clear the run basically, right? To be honest, we need world-class manager, or else this is going to be again like ETH drama. We have a world-class manager, Nikhil. It's like he needs to put his ego down a bit and adapt to the Premier League. If it does not, disaster. Bhai. To be honest, if he's ready to fight with Sesko, he can be trusted. He's a United fan. Maybe I'm seeing things from. It's not even romantic. It's from footballing POV. Bhai, Abhijay. You have to create that competition between the strikers. आज अगर Sesko के पास competition नहीं है, he will see that okay, Zirkzee तो striker नहीं है. My place is absolutely fixed. And that's the mediocre shit that this United squad has been dealing over the years. No competition, no one fighting for the places. आज Amad Diallo is nailed on right wing back भाई, starting में, right? He can't even play 10 today. अमाद का बॉडी फ्रेम ही नहीं है तो एग्जैक्टली भाई जबरदस्ती उसको ये खिला रहे बिकॉज एज अ लेफ्ट साइड प्लेयर. Amad is a 10 का बैकअप, R10 बैकअप भाई टू एम्बूमो. सिंपल सी बात है. पीपल विल हेट मी फॉर सेइंग दिस. Amad is not ready. Amad को 2 साल और चाहिए प्रॉपर सिस्टम में खेलने के लिए, एक प्रॉपर नॉन इंजरी फ्री सीजन, राइट? So before I close the stream, guys, thanks so much for people who have joined in this short stream that I did on a weekday जो मैं करता नहीं हूँ, but I'm working on another new video जो आने वाला है soon, midweek, maybe late this week. But Friday we have Italian Serie A का stream, and Saturday obviously watch along होगा, and Sunday को will also do the watch along for Liverpool and Arsenal as well. तो दोनों watch alongs होंगे, so do stay tuned. channel is growing very well. 700 subscribers kal hi cross kiye the. Thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate all the people who have joined. Like the stream if you have not liked the stream. I'll take the last comment and then I'll close the stream. As by when Julian was there, see, Haaland starts when Julian left. You need a competition inside the exactly, bhai. Exactly. Akmal is here, bhai. Thank you so much. Like the stream. I'm going to close the stream now because I've been streaming already. It's a work day for me. I have to go get back to work. Can one midfielder make a difference? A one world class, potentially world class midfielder might make the difference, but we need two at least. अगर एक ला रहे हो तो कोबी मेनू खिलाओ. You have to try Kobbie Mainoo in this formation. नहीं चल रहा है तो next year बेच दो भाई. Try तो करो. That's been my whole point. And last comment I'm going to take from Ujjal. Thank you so much again for joining. Like the stream you have not joined the stream yet. I don't know how many कितने likes हो गए अभी. कितने likes हुए? Right? 33 likes हो गए. 2 like और बाकी है. 35 कर दो. It will mean a lot to me. I think Amorim seeing Xerxes as a backup to Sesko. That's why selling Hoyland. He's looking at that, but the thing is, मेरे हिसाब से, in my opinion, Xerxes fits in that 10. Striker तो नहीं खेलेगा. अगर striker खेलेगा तो again वो dropping deep वाला. Again, that one guy made a comment, right, about 3-4-1-2 metal. I think 3-4-1-2 absolutely makes sense for a Xerxes system. मैंने बार बार बोला है चीज. So we'll see, bhai. We'll see what happens. I don't agree that we gonna be loaning Hoyland in this situation, but I think we have bigger fish to fry. Our right wing back and our midfield needs massive fixing. Bhai. मैं तो बोलता हूँ कभी कभी कि आप लोग एम्बूमो को राइट विंग बैक खिला दो कुछ गेम एंड प्ले ब्रूनो 10 till we sign a good one in January. Right. So that's the stream, guys. This was the Fulham versus Man United review stream I wanted to do with you, everyone. And thanks for everyone who joined. Thanks for all the chats. People who are joining in. If you want to check out the stream later, you can do. We discussed about a lot of issues, and let me know what you think in the comments as well. Like the stream if you have not liked the stream yet. And see you soon on Friday and then Saturday and then Sunday. काफी ज़्यादा streams होने वाली हैं, but midweek एक video आने वाला है. Video एक definitely midweek एक आने वाला है, so definitely do check out for that. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This is Ash Talks Football signing off. What a disastrous performance by Man United in the second half, but at least we did not lose. But there's so much to improve in this Man United squad. Discord server, guys, join kar lo. It'll mean a lot to all of us. It is a thriving community. Thank you so much for joining. Subhadeep ka last comment hai. One player does not decide a game. There are 90 minutes of moments that mattered. He missed a penalty, but we should back him. Bruno को तो back कोई back ऐसे नहीं बोल नहीं रहा कि भाई सुब्रदीप that no one is gonna back Bruno. अगर इस मैच में इसने परफॉर्म अच्छा नहीं किया तो I'm gonna criticize him. But next time he plays, next time Bruno plays, I'm gonna back him week in week out. That's my comment. That's the end of the stream, guys. Like the stream if you have not liked the stream. Thank you so much for joining. This is Ash Talks Football signing off. See you soon again.